Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for subscribing, you guys. So, let's just talk about this. I was doing this video last night, but I was just too tired and I really just needed to go to bed last night. It's been a long couple of days. But, I woke up shortly and I was like, let me do this video right now. So, if you don't know, Alyssa Violet has come out and, addressed her past experiences with Tana Mongeau and talked about Tana allegedly bullying her and everything. Do I believe Alyssa? Of course. Tana has done shitty shit to a lot of girls in the past. You know, Tana isn't really a girl's girl. She's somebody who... she just rather be friends with guys. And do other things with guys. You know, she's not really a girl's girl. I know she's friends with that Brooke girl, but I don't think that's a real friendship. I think that's just like for the podcast and stuff, in my opinion. She's befriended Trisha Paytas, but that's just, she's using Trisha for clout, like, you know, to stay relevant. And it's been working for the past year. And Trisha doesn't care because Trisha doesn't really have a lot of friends, so it is what it is. But yeah, let's see. So, and I will drag Alyssa too in a minute, so don't get me wrong. So, okay. So I believe Alyssa Violet, right? When it comes to the Tana Mongeau thing. Now, do I think this is very suspect to come out, like, what, 6 years later and talk about this? Yes. But think about why Alyssa's doing this. Alyssa has been irrelevant for years. And the only time Alyssa was relevant in the past was when she was dating a guy or her guy was cheating on her. So think back. Who are her exes, Alyssa Violet's exes? We have two of the biggest douchebags of all time, Jake Paul and Face Banks, right? Both cheated on her allegedly. Both treated her like shit. Both ended very publicly and very crazy. And she, you know, used all that attention to kind of gain relevance. It lasted for about 5 minutes. What she's been doing on her Instagram is so cringe. She's trying to act like the new, I forgot the name of that woman. I hate her too, but the ex of Kanye West, the one who's really strange and acts really bizarre. I know you'll tell me in the comments below, but oh my god, what's her name? Anyway, she's that irrelevant to me. But she has that show on E, that fashion show. Anyway, that cringe bag. So she kind of reminds me of her now, in which Alyssa's like just acting weird for attention on her Instagram, like doing weird photo shoots and stuff like that, looking all crazy. Yeah, it's not working. So now she's like, let me talk about Tana Mongeau, because Tana Mongeau, you know, I can say a lot of things about her, and I have and I will, but Tana Mongeau is very relevant right now. She is. She's very relevant. You know, unfortunately, but she's still relevant, because Tana has done a good job of staying in the headlines. You know, Tana's very good at, you know, causing controversy, causing attention, name dropping, making sure people talk about her, you know, and that's why we always talk about her now. We always have, but especially recently. So, yeah. I think that's really all I have to say. You know, Alyssa, I believe her. I think she is just doing this just for attention, like saying it. Do I think it's true? Of course. You know, other people have come out and talked about Tana bullying them and acting horrible behind the scenes with her and her ex-manager. So, I mean, I believe it. You know, I think Alyssa needs to talk about this to stay relevant. And she'll have about I think Alyssa will be relevant for the next week. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, something popped up. Low battery, but I wanted to film this video. But anyway, I think she wants to stay relevant. So I think she is going to bring up any past story. I think she's going to say anyone's name just to kind of stay relevant. And it'll work for a week, and then next week we'll forget about her again. Because when was the last time you thought about Alyssa Violet? It's been years, right? Since the Face Banks breakup in end of 2019. then COVID happened, and then other people took the headlines, and then other things have happened, other scandals, cancellations. We really haven't talked about Alyssa for years. You know, Alyssa was a little bit likable in 2018, a little bit. But after the whole FaZe Banks thing, she really dropped off the map. I know she has a new boyfriend. I think she was dating somebody. I don't know if they broke up. Alyssa goes through boyfriends. I guess one thing that her and Tana have in common is that they go through men. They go through men really fast. You blink and the next man, the next man, the next man. I mean, you really can't keep up. So, but like I said, I talked about this a few weeks ago with Tana. When you have no talent, right? Like Tana or Alyssa, these women like these, you have to talk about men, or, either be with a man or talk about, a friendship gone bad, just to kind of stay in the headlines, because there's no talent. If you're a singer or an actress, your talent speaks for yourself, and that's how you stay relevant, right? But when you're talentless, like a Tana Mongeau or like Alyssa Violet, then who you date is the reason you're relevant, right? Like, she was relevant because she was dating Jake Paul, and then they broke up, and then there was the aftermath of that, and then she went right into the FaZe Banks relationship, and then we were talking about that, and then that broke up, and then after she ran into those guys to date, she became irrelevant, right? And she's okay looking. She was kind of pretty like 6 years ago, but now she's not really pretty anymore. She looks really awkward in her photo shoots on her Instagram page as of recent. People are calling her out. She's ignoring it. She's calling it fashion. She's calling herself iconic. Whew, Lord, honey. Anyway, sleeping around and being irrelevant is not iconic. Just like Tana Mongeau does a lot of things, but she's not iconic. Is Tana relevant? Yes. But is Tana Mongeau iconic? Definitely not. So will Tana address this? I think she might. Because Tana's smart. She's not stupid. Tana's... Well, anyway, I'm not going to go into that. You know what I think of Tana Mongeau. But Tana's a lot of things. But she's not stupid. And she knows how to keep herself in the headlines. And if she needs to, talk about this to be talked about more, I'm talking about Tana now, because Alyssa brought it up, and Tana might just piggyback off of it and say, "Oh, let me address the allegations. Let me address this drama on the podcast." I mean, the podcast is not great. A lot of people watch it. I've watched it. It just isn't great. It's just a bunch of ramblings, and it's a waste of time. There really hasn't been a good podcast. I know a lot of people like Trisha's podcast. I don't really watch it. I don't really care. Trisha's take on the pop culture, I don't give a shit. And then that little stunt that, Katy Perry sent Trisha that new Katy Perry song, and it was so forced and cringe, and Trisha pretending to like it. And I'm not saying the song is bad. I haven't really heard the full song yet. Katy desperately needs a hit. Katy Perry hasn't had a hit song in years. And now that Katy left Idol, and this video's kind of going into different directions here, but now that Katy Perry left American Idol, Katy wants to focus on her career, as she should, because Katy needs to save her career, because her career has been kind of over for a while. I've liked some of her songs in the last couple of years, but no one else has, so that's why her career's been down the toilet. And then some of her behavior on Idol was questionable. I've talked about that in the past year or two. So, and I think American Idol should have been over years ago. I mean, that show is bullshit, dumpster fire as well, but that's a whole other story. But yeah, so let's wrap this up here. I'm kind of rambling here, but this is turning into a podcast episode, but Tana will talk about this probably to kind of keep herself relevant for the next week. Alyssa, this will die down in a week. Alyssa is desperate for attention. Desperate for attention. So we'll give her some attention. Let's give Alyssa the attention that she needs just for the week. Bless her heart. Let's give her the attention. And then Tana will have some other thing happening in her life next week, and we'll talk about that. So the cycle will go on and on and on. But yeah, let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Like and subscribe. Until next time. Bye, guys.